Hello everyone, I'm Cryptic Fox. Welcome back to another live stream. Gonna work on another car rebuild here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. We've done maybe, I think, 6 or 7 of these in total now, including a couple of that I pulled down from a mod. I was gonna try and do this Ferrari that I found on the discussion board for the game on Steam. That's a mod also, but unfortunately, after bringing it into the game, I haven't been able to find it in the junkyard. I think I've made probably, 15 or 20 trips to the junkyard trying to look for this thing, and each one cost me $500 every time I go. And yet, I still haven't been able to find it yet. So I thought maybe today what we would do is tackle this Bolt Hellcat that we have, that I picked up quite a while ago and have been meaning to work on and just haven't gotten the opportunity to. Hello to everyone who's here in the stream. All those of you who showed up early to chat, welcome as always. This stream will probably run a little bit shorter than what I normally run. I usually go about 2 hours until about midnight Eastern time, but I suspect that this one's going to be a little bit shorter because repairing the car completely doesn't typically take super long. But this is the only one I have on deck at the moment to work on tonight, and then after we're finished with this car, we'll probably call it a wrap on the stream. But so this is the Bolt Hellcat, which is actually the Oldsmobile Cutlass. It's a coupe. And it's in pretty rough shape. I think of all the cars that I've hauled back, this one definitely looks the most rusted. If you check out the body condition on it, we've got 6% global body, 13% global parts, 15% frame, and then 6% interior. So definitely going to be a lot of work to get this all pulled together. Yeah, I do actually want to ultimately sell some of the cars that I have to try to add more cash in, because I'm kind of hovering right around 100,000 now, and I don't seem to really get much more above that at the moment. So yeah, I either need to do a little bit more work to try to produce some more cash, or just start selling some of the stuff that I've been fixing anyway. But I do know that some of those mod cars, if you sell them, they go for some pretty crazy amounts too. But before you go off and do anything, check that. You empty your inventory. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's see if we can get rid of all the junk that's in here. I have a lot of parts in here that aren't junk, but I also have lots of junk because I've done a bunch of quick little repair jobs and stuff. Again, just kind of working on building up my experience. I'm still level 33. I haven't had a ton of time to play this because I've been focused on some other things. But we're trying to get rid of as much junk as we can in here. Man, there's still a lot in here. The sell junk button, it was nice that they added it, but it sure doesn't work with any real consistency. I mean, as you can see, I still have just a little bit of junk left in here. Get rid of these tires. Whoops, I just sold a rim I didn't need to sell. We got seats. Most of these parts here are actually just from working on other cars. So I noticed that when you're working on trying to build up your experience, the jobs that are like super fast to complete are ultimately the best ones to level up with, because you get 100 experience every time you close out a job, but you only get like 1 experience point for each part you take off and put back on again. So completing like super fast little jobs is like way more productive in terms of leveling than trying to do the big jobs right away. And I have been doing some normal jobs. Just trying to power through some of those. Usually when I go into the phone thing, I'll look for the ones that, particularly the ones that have transmission, because they're ultimately really fast to do. Exhaust systems, sometimes the body, but those jobs are ultimately really fast, and it lets you kind of power through the experience points, which is kind of nice. I'd like to get to level 35 so I can repair body parts, because although there was a short period of time where I could do that, apparently I wasn't supposed to be able to. It was some sort of a mistake or something. Weird little bug in the game. 4 o'clock in Germany. Well, welcome at 4 o'clock in Germany. That is much too early for me. And yes, I did get the overlay working again. It was I had actually turned it off for a stream where I was playing Fortnite, and I was only streaming it to YouTube instead of YouTube and Twitch. So I turned off the overlay, and then lo and behold, I neglected to turn it back on again. And whoops, didn't mean to sit in the car. I forgot to turn it back on again. So lo and behold, we ended up without the overlay on Tuesday for the Oxygen Not Included stream. But it is back up now. I'm going to strip all the body parts off. Not that there's all that much here. And then we'll get in here, grab our cooling system out here. Grab our brake servo. The starter on this car is, well, it's missing, but I would have to access it from underneath the car anyway. We'll have to get the gearbox out before we can get the engine out of this. So we might as well just get this thing up on the lift. As I've said before, I enjoy playing this car on stream, or this game on stream, just because it gives me a chance to kind of hang out. I can see the chat pretty easily this way. Gives me a chance to kind of follow along and chat with all of you, so welcome. Surprisingly, I had to yell for the TV carried away what? Surprisingly, I had to yell at the TV for your carried away vid less than another YouTuber. Yeah, you done good. Oh, carried away. I was trying to read that all as like a sentence, and I wasn't picking up on carried away being the game. Yeah, that game's fun. I did break a few things when I was trying to set up my ski lifts and stuff. But I did have a chance to play around with it a little bit while it was in alpha, so that gave me an opportunity to kind of learn a little bit how the game works. Hopefully that will give me a bit of an advantage, but I do know I've already run into some puzzles on it when I was playing around that were significantly harder than some of those early ones, so I'm not going to get too cocky that you had to yell at me too little relative to other people early on, because it's going to get harder. We're still on the rookie mountain, so things will get tougher. Backside window on left side. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't grab that out. Little body window. We'll get that. Don't worry. Get all of our suspension stuff off here. I'm just going to rip everything out aside for the engine. We'll grab the engine last, since we already have the car. We already have the car up in the stand. We'll be back a little later. Got some stuff need to run. Okay, well, thanks for coming to the stream anyway, and I hope you do make it back. What actually is the fastest way to level it in the game? Rebuild gives good XP, but takes so long. You know, I haven't noticed if we're getting any XP for... Oh, I guess we are. Yeah, so you can do a total rebuild and you get XP that way, but really the fastest way is to take those fast little jobs. So again, like in here, if you go into your... Oh, I can't get the phone from where I am now. But if you look at your phone list, grab the things that you can do really fast and turn them out, because you get 100 experience points for each job you complete. So that's actually the best way. Doing the rebuilds, you do gain experience, but you're just not gaining it at the same rate as you are when you're servicing customers. Didn't get a notification. Oh, that stinks. Well, you're here, so you must have spotted something. So welcome. If you're not getting notifications for the streams, it could be that you don't have the notifications turned on. Even though you might be subscribed to the channel, you do have to click on the little bell that's next to the subscribe button in order to make sure you get notifications for all the videos and streams and stuff. Otherwise, they only give you the notifications sometimes, which is helpful some of the time and not so helpful others. Invisible car mechanic? You mean like I'm invisible or the car is? I work on invisible cars. It's a tough job. Man, let me tell you, you don't want to drop a bolt. What's my favorite car in the game? That's a good question. I don't know that I have one yet. The Dodge... Well, no, that's not true. I guess I would say probably the Dodge Charger. It's pretty sweet. So last stream, we actually did our second Dodge Charger, because I'd actually already done one before. But I had a lot of people requesting that we do the Dodge Charger like the General Lee. So I redid another one. Got it all painted up with the livery and stuff for the General Lee, which looks pretty cool. And then there's something in an update they did recently has made this a little weird. I can't zoom in to the gearbox from a long way away anymore. I gotta pick... Excuse me. I have to pick like another part of the engine and then zoom out to it, which is really kind of weird. Seen some people on a 57 Chevy Nomad mod. That mod came with a 55 and a 56. The 55 was built on the Corvette frame, so you, as you said, you love the 50s Vets. Yeah, the 50 Vets are pretty cool. I'm curious to see how many other mods they add in. From what I've checked, there was sort of a little flurry of them that came out initially, and then it seems to have kind of slowed down a little bit. So hopefully we'll see some more cool cars come into the game. I'm kind of upset that I haven't been able to find that old Ferrari. It's like the Ferrari Bertoletta or something. And I've checked it's got to be at least 15 times that I've checked the junkyard, and it's not there. So I'm not sure whether it's... I'm not sure if it's a conflict because I have another mod installed for the Porsche still, and I have to maybe uninstall that, or if it's I don't know, just maybe like a really low rate of like discovery or something. Have I seen a Challenger? Yep, we've already rebuilt the Challenger. Actually, we have one of them in the garage that's completed, and we have another Dodge Challenger actually that I picked up that we haven't worked on yet. Check the auction house. Yeah, I could do that, I guess. But I mean, I did check the instruction, or like, there's a little text file that comes with it, and it says that you can find it in the junkyard, and you can also find it in the auction, of course, and then in barns as well. And I haven't found it anywhere, so I guess I could try checking the auction, but it's going to be expensive. I think I saw on the mod, if you find it in the junkyard, you can get it for like something like 80,000. And if you fix it all up, you sell it for something like 800,000 or something ridiculous. So I don't know how they configure that value on the car, but it seems like they cranked it up really high. Maybe gonna look at the... no, I did check in the text file, and it did say that it included the junkyard, so I don't know. I should probably check the barns. Now, we did level up a little bit, so we have a couple of barns we could probably check out. Maybe after we finish building this car, we'll take a peek at those couple of barns that I have and see if there's one in there. Because I would like to rebuild it. It looks pretty sweet. Not sure where to get the mods that add cars in. There's several I really want. So you kind of have to go into Steam and go into the Steam discussions, and there's a discussion thread or whatever in there for mods. They've got like a whole section for it. And from there, you have to download the mod and then place the folder in the appropriate folder for the game so that it can find it with the other cars. I'm a good, thanks. How are you? Pretty low money, that's right. I've been spending a lot of money on fixing up cars, and I haven't really been selling much. So our cash has gotten significantly depleted from where it was. I had something like 300,000 or 400,000 at one point. But I've just kind of been... It's been all expense and no income lately. And why can't I pick that muffler? That's weird. Okay, I think we have the whole underside ripped out of this thing now. Just going to lower this down. We'll bring over the engine lift. Engine crane, whatever. Oh, I seen a Mustang. Yeah, we actually... I've done 2 of them. So we have the Mustang Fastback that we brought in and did up a few weeks ago. And then I had a second one that I actually grabbed, and I fixed it up and just sold it for cash. Hold on one moment, please. Man, I'll be looking at my voice last. Holy cow! All right, so let's get the engine hull out of here, and I think that pretty much clears the whole car out. Isn't she pretty? Oh wait, did I have all the seats out? I guess so. Nothing on the interiors. Let's bring over the welder. We'll fix up the body. We'll get the interior all cleaned up too. Send this over to day 1. I think I can put the battery on here. We'll get this charged up. Send this over so I can charge myself to clean my own car again. Almost want to get this game to learn how to fix a car. Well, it's not necessarily going to teach you how to fix a car. I think more than anything, if you're going to use it as a learning experience, it kind of helps you understand maybe where the parts of the car are. But that's kind of a neat color, actually. It's like a weird matte, kind of like purpley blue sort of shade. That's pretty cool. This is not a Chevelle. This is the Oldsmobile Cutlass Coupe. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Let's send this back. Charge myself $100 to clean out the inside of my car now. Because, you know, why not? What level did you get the welder and the cleaning stand? That's a really good question. I don't remember. It would have been somewhere around. It's got to be around level 25, maybe. It doesn't show it on here as an unlock unless it was. Well, this is for the paint, the dynamo, and then another lift. But somewhere in here we got access to the welder. I don't remember where. It was somewhere around level 20 or 25, I think. You know where the wheels of the car go? Well, that certainly helps. Because if you didn't know that, I mean, that could be certainly challenging. Oh, right, this window has to come out of here still. Thank you for reminding me of that, by the way. All right, so actually, in the thumbnail, I had painted it like a green color, but I kind of like the color that's on it now. I think I'm going to try to paint it that color. It looks pretty sweet. Okay, so we'll get our engine on the engine stand. What's left of it, anyway. I mean, there's not a whole lot of engine here. We're gonna be in the store buying a lot of parts again this time. Seems to be the case all the time with these wonderful junkyard rebuilds. Wheels in the car go round and round, just like the bus. Come on, there we go. Yeah, there's almost nothing to take off of this thing. Although it actually has a little bit more than some of the other engines I've done recently. I think the last couple of them, they were right down to like the block and the crankshaft, and that was it. So I guess I should feel happy that I have more parts to work with. Oh, wait. Let's see if we can get the crankshaft out of here. Yep, that's good. Flip this over. We'll take a look at what's underneath. Oh, there are some pistons in this one. Wow, pistons. Can't fix those, but they're there. Someone decided to lose oil. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I had a car blow out the engine while I was going down the highway once and left a nice streak of oil behind me on the road. It was great. Felt super thrilled that time. Fortunately, it wasn't in the winter, because that would have really sucked. Alright, that's it. The whole engine's toast. Let's go take it over and see what we can fix. Let's see, a Honda Shadow or a massive V8 Harley, yeah. Actually, I have another Mazda I should work on that'll have the rotary engine as well. So I did the RX-7, but I have the RX-3, I think, in the shop. Or in the parking garage, anyway. Oh, there's a lot of parts here I can attempt. Alright, definitely some of those broke. I heard them break. I gotta get this thing up to level 35 so I stop breaking pieces. But hopefully we got a bunch of these anyway. And with the block. Yeah, we fixed the block. Crankshaft. Fix the crankshaft. Sweet. Okay, you pretty much never fix the pistons, so we're gonna have to grab those. You're able to get the oil pan refill. Oh, yeah. This would be fun to fix up in a riding game. I actually wish there was a little bit more of the driving involved in the game. So you go through all the work to fix up the car, and they have a couple tracks you can kind of tool around on, but it'd be nice if there was maybe a little bit more there. I don't know what the plans are ultimately down the road for the game. I know they're still adding some stuff to it, so there's gonna be like performance parts and everything. But it's almost like you'll tune up the car, but for no reason, because you can take it out to the track, but the track is so windy, you can't really drive a performance car on it anyway because you can't really get the power out of it. What kind of engine was this? I completely forget. V8 overhead valve. All right. We're gonna need rod caps, but let's get an oil pan here first. Grab some rod caps. 8 of those. We're going to need some bearings. Probably 3 of those. Alternator. Power steering we're going to need. I'm not sure which power steering is going to need, actually. I should probably hold off on that one, because it could be either the V8 overhead valve F. I'm not sure what the F is for. Or the just the V8 power steering, so we'll hold off on that. Let's have a vote. Cryptic and early or Cryptic do normal customer work? Well, let's see how my voice holds out first. It's not feeling super awesome right now. Trying to get all our pistons in here. All these tiny little parts. This is an oddly soothing game, as you just kind of go through and just keep clicking in all the parts, and you get into like a pattern when you've done enough of the engines where you just get used to what you're going to be doing, and a little bit of a rhythm. I find sometimes doing the customer jobs that way. You can just like cycle through them like one after another, and you kind of burn through some time and kill off a whole bunch of jobs. Make a bunch of experience, and away you go. Turning the car might make the selling price... yeah, it might actually make the selling price go higher. Yeah, if you tune it up. But I don't know. I mean, it kind of feels like if you're going to go through all the effort to tune it, it would be really nice to get some benefit out of it beyond just the sale price. Because by the time you sell a few of these, cash is not an object. You can grab a few of these from the junkyard, fix them up, make $50,000 profit each, and by the time you've gone through like a half a dozen of them, you've got tons of cash laying around. So, I don't know. I mean, even if you get more cash for tuning them up, there's not really there's no end game benefit to having more money. Is there a Fox Body Mustang on here? No, I've done the fastback. I haven't noticed if there's one that's not a fastback, to be honest with you. Let's see, we've got our alternator. That's good. Oh, I already had one. Drat. Wasted some money. Grab an oil filter. If only economics worked this. Yeah, no kidding. Well, if only there were a lot of things in life that worked like this. I mean, when you think about it, yeah. When you think about it, like being able to like fly through car parts and stuff and diagnose problems just by looking at the parts that are rusted, like that would be like a mechanic's dream. Make mad cash. The power steering pump was just the V8. I should grab that, I guess. Where do I live? I'm in southern Ontario, roughly an hour away from Toronto. So not too far from the U.S. Okay, let's flip this over. We have the whole bottom side of this done. Forza Horizon 3 is the new. When does the new Forza come out? And what number are they on now? So there's Forza and there's Forza Horizon, right? Did we fix the heads? Oh, we did not. Drat. All right. Fox bodies were Stangs from 78 or 79. Yeah, no, the only ones I've seen are like the fastbacks, I think. Let's see. Engine head, V8, or no, it's not the Ds we want. I guess it's just these. V8 overhead valve. And I think they're both the same, so I can just grab 2 of these. Yeah. 2 of those. Shout out from Georgian College in Barrie. Well, welcome people in Barrie. Anybody on the stream from Calgary by any chance? I hear they got dumped on with a pile of snow. Is it bad that the first thing I thought of when I heard that they got dumped on with snow was that I was glad it wasn't me? Forza Motorsport 7. Okay, right, that's the one that's coming up. I'm not a far Superian Texan. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not a Texan. Kind of from the other end of the continent, basically. Oh, nice. We fixed the intake manifold. That's good. I don't think you're able to fix the carburetors in this. At least not that I've noticed. I could be wrong. Yeah, no. Concord and Edmonton got snow, and more north of them didn't get snow. Oh, that's weird. Good old Canadian weather. Yeah, they got something like 10 centimeters of snow or something, I heard. But all I could think of was, man, I'm really glad that's not me. Okay, I have look at the ignition distributor. I do have the rotor for in here already. Oh, man, if I could spell, this would be great. Ignition. All right, there's our distributor. Might as well grab a distributor cap over in here. The rotor I already have. I'm not sure which wires it's going to require yet. Sub-Zero. Oh, boy, you are welcome to keep that. We had, like, record heat the other day here. It was crazy. It was, like, 30 degrees Celsius here. End of September. We had cold weather at the end of... I need an ignition coil. We had cold weather at the end of August, and then we rolled into the end of September, and we were getting the summer weather. It was crazy. So, for those of you who are in the U.S., like, 30 degrees Celsius or 30 plus, I think actually the temperature got up to, like, 35 or 36. It's, like, in the 90s Fahrenheit, which is ridiculous for us at that time of year. Well, it's all about the time of the year, THD. I think it was actually 35 or 36 degrees it got up to, and then there was humidity on top of it. But for that time of year, that's really unusual heat. Ignition coil, I need that. Grab a fuel filter while I'm here, too. Is fuel injection a thing on here? Yes. Yeah, it is. Now, most of the cars that I've been working on lately are older model cars, so they don't have it, of course. But when you're working on customer cars, you'll see it a lot. You'll get, like, fuel rails and stuff instead of the carburetor. Okay, I'm going to need a whole pile of push rods. Yeah, it's just weird weather. I mean, it's not normally cold this time of year, but, like, to have that kind of heat. The kids were in, like, shorts and T-shirts, and they were sweating to death. It was crazy. Too many. So many push rods. This is probably my least favorite job, is putting in push rods and rocker arms. They're just so finicky. They're like little tiny things you gotta click on. Should probably grab the rocker arms after I get this side of the push rods in. Well, yeah, I bet you would like some of that now if it's that cold out there. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can keep that. I hate cold weather. I don't even know why I live in Canada when it comes to the temperature. I like everything else about the country, just not the temperature I deal with. But then again, if you go down south where it's like hot all the time, then you have to deal with hurricanes and earthquakes and Tornado Valley, and we don't get any of that, so I guess maybe I should be happy with a little bit of snow. Spark plugs. Grab 8 of these. I wish I could just type in the number. We've done enough of these rebuilds now. I'm pretty sure this is going to take like no time at all to finish out. This game help you learn how to work on your own car? No, I don't work on my own car. But mostly because my car's pretty new. I think it's a 2015 or 2016. There's not really a lot to do to it. And frankly, I could do my own oil changes, but it's just too much hassle. Mostly because then you have to deal with disposing of the oil, and I don't want to do that. So I just take it in and do it that way. But I don't think it necessarily helps you in terms of like fixing a car. If anything else, I could see it maybe helping with you understanding what the different parts of the car are and where they're located. So what is a push rod and a rocker arm, for example? What does it do? No, it doesn't necessarily help you understand what it does, but I mean, if somebody tells you there's something with a push rod or whatever, then at least you have some context for what that is, but it doesn't. I don't think it necessarily helps you fix anything. Diagnosis is probably your the number one challenge, I think, when it comes down to working on a car, at least in my experience, and which is exceptionally limited. But that was the thing that always I had a hard time with. It wasn't so hard once you knew what part was faulty. Like swapping them out is easier, just removing bolts, swapping out gaskets, that kind of stuff. But the diagnosis and figuring out what part you should be paying attention to, I think that's where the real work is. It's cold. You can put on layers is better. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little funny. I like that temperature when it's like sunny out, so the sun's nice and warm, but the air's got a bit of coolness to it. That's my sweet spot. Feel bad for people that live in like the desert or like Asia where they get like the really intense humidity and stuff. Head covers. Okay, so these are, I guess that's just the V8 overhead valve one. So we have an A and a B. We'll grab those. What else do we have to grab here? So we're going to need exhaust manifolds. Where are those? We have two of these, I guess. What else? More parts. More parts. All right, air filter. Air filter, sweet. We're gonna need, I guess this one probably. V8 overhead valve F, and that's a bit of an odd one, but it's gonna need the round air filter base. But I think it's probably just going to be the single carb one this time. And I probably should grab the wrong air filter, but let's just get all... Oh, nope, not that. Where is the cover? There. I think that's got it. There's only maple syrup and people don't steal it. Maple syrup. The kids like going out to the sugar bush in the wintertime when they're working on the maple syrup, and they'll fill like this trough full of snow. And they'll take the maple syrup and like pour it on the snow that's in the trough, and it turns into more like a toffee consistency, and then they can like twirl it on a stick, and it becomes like a little candy on a stick kind of thing. Totally random fact for you there. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really close to the border. It would take me maybe an hour to get across the border from here, barring traffic. Okay, where I can't see. All right, there we go. There's the spark plugs I need to put in. So I think we're gonna have to do all the timing and the belts and stuff on the front of this after, and then that pretty much finishes the engine already. Oh yeah, and that whole electrical wiring thing too, I guess. Many family holiday spent in Malaysia. Is it like intensely hot in Malaysia? Do they have like those just ridiculously high humidities? They come back sticky. They sure do. Yeah. Gonna get to torture me and stream CMS next Wednesday, maybe the 5th week in a row, possibly. We'll see. We shall see. Ignition wires V8. Grab those. Oh, I already had some. I should really start checking my inventory before I start working on stuff. Cam gear. Not too hot in Malaysia. Average between 25 and 30 degrees, but it's a moist heat. Yeah, it's the humidity that really kills me. I mean, I feel like it gets really humid here, but I could only imagine what it would be like there. Timing chain. Blah blah blah. This one. You're like walking a thick stick. Oh yeah, that's great. So that's the kind of weather where you sweat standing still because the humidity is just so intense. Timing cover. Do I have one of these? No, I don't. I'm actually trying to figure out if Kazi is available tomorrow night to decide what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm kind of thinking we might do like duo squad play on Fortnite Battle Royale if he's available, but if not, then I don't know yet. I have to figure it out. Maybe it'd be good if he's not available for that. It might be interesting to play some more Don't Starve together, which would be cool. We started a server a while ago and then kind of never got back to it because I'm easily distracted. Ooh, shiny! Look, I run off somewhere else. Okay, so this was I wasn't paying attention. Water pump V8 overhead valve, I guess it is. I need the pulley as well. Yes, I guessed right. There's our pulley. We need crankshaft pulley as well. Oh, and I can't spell. I am so smart. It's so smarty. This one. We're going to need serpentine belts. Spur blah 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 blah. Serpentine. There we go. Or don't stare. Don't stare together. We'll do that too. I don't play Gary's mod. That's not something I got into. Serpentine belt A V8 overhead valve. There it is. Serpentine belt B. Perfect. Yeah, no, I've never tried Gary's mod, so I know that I've seen a variety of other people playing it, and I gather it's, again, one of those games that doesn't necessarily have a purpose, and other people build games within it, I gather. That's not really something I've gotten into too much. Radiator fan we need. This one. More relative people live near it. Hi, classy dog. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? Do you play Unturned? I did download Unturned, and I tried it out, and I wasn't super into it, so I haven't really played it. I forgot the V. Don't stare. We're playing Don't Stare. It's impolite. You stare at the hounds and they get mad at you because it's just rude. Okay, the engine's all together. I'm not going to bother putting the gearbox or the clutch and everything all back together again until we get it all back in the car. But that's looking pretty sweet. Nice new finished engine. We'll get this off the stand. Thank you very much. We'll slap this back in the car. Just like that. No trouble. And get rid of this crane, too. What's this game about? Basically, you are an auto mechanic. You have your own shop. You work on customer cars initially until you build up some experience, and then as you gain experience, you can unlock different skill sets and things in the game. You get more and more jobs that have more complex things to do in them until you get to the point where you unlock barns and the junkyard. So what I've been doing for the last while is actually just going out to the junkyard and finding wrecked cars, bringing them back to the shop, and then we fix them up on stream. I have a free game code for me if I want it on Steam. To be honest with you, I'm having a little bit of trouble finding time to play all the things I want to play on Steam already. So while I appreciate the offer, it would probably go to waste on me. Brake servo. Nice. Okay. Sweet. I don't think I was able to fix the radiator. Ooh, it did. How about that? All right, engine compartment's pretty much all finished. We can get this back up and start putting all the whole bottom side back together again. Did you hear about the new Chevy Nomad on the workshop? Ooh, no, I didn't. I should go look. Yeah, I'm repairing it. What's this game about? I'm fixing a car. Wow, what's wrong with it? Everything. Oh. Let's see. Crossmember. Ooh, didn't fix that. Crossmember. E. I should probably pick up some bushings, because I never seem to lack for those. Or a need for them, anyway. I think I've only got 4 or 5 of them here, so it'll be enough to put the bushings in the front of this. I'll have to grab some more. More bushings. Give to me all the bushings. Just enough here, actually. I think I had 4. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a crossmember. This car's done. We're all ready. Let's just roll it out. Stopping is important. Good idea. Yeah. Who needs stopping? Brakes. Said and heard of the new Nomad in the shop, but I told you about it earlier. Did you? I don't know. My brain is like I am like mush. My brain's useless lately. Like I've been too many late nights playing and recording games, not enough sleep. Front sway bar B. I don't recall thinking you mentioned this Chevy Nomad. Are you? Are you sure you said you mentioned it? I've only installed 2 mods so far. I've done the Porsche Carrera and the Ferrari, but I can't find the Ferrari. I've gone out to the junkyard like a million times. Well, a million's an exaggeration. It's probably more like 20, but I can't find it. You know, like YouTubers that play games people have never heard of before. Well, this it's not entirely unheard of. It actually had the CMS 18 had a bit of a cult, or CMS 15 rather, had a bit of a cult following to it, where people that liked the game were really into it. So I was a little bit surprised when I played it how much interest it had. I thought it looked kind of neat to kind of try it out, and so I decided to play it. And then, lo and behold, suddenly all these people were watching it. I was like, wow, that was not at all the reception I was expecting. I was expecting a whole lot of people from the channel to be like, oh my gosh, why are you playing this? This is so boring. It's almost hypnotic, though, to just see somebody just like sitting here putting all the pieces back together again, though. I need wheel hub bearings. Whee hub. Not wheel hubs, they're whee hubs. Well, I should probably grab these. And we'll need 2 of these. Want to see if we can make it to the track without oil? No, it'll tell you. You can start the engine in the shop without oil, but it won't let you drive. Oh, I had more of those too. How about that? You can start the engine out with the oil, but it won't let you drive out without oil in it. All right, we need 2 ventilated discs. I might as well grab the brake drums while we're in here. I'm going to grab pads in here. We might have fixed the shoes at the back, so I'm not going to grab those yet. Got a little wheel hub cap in here. Brake pads. Did we fix the calipers? Nice. Twitch always runs slightly ahead over YouTube. Yeah, it depends. So there's different settings on YouTube for the latency. I normally have it running on low latency as opposed to the ultra low latency. But I think that's mostly because it doesn't seem to like it with Restream when you go on ultra low latency. You don't really get the benefit out of it. So if you're following on Twitch, you're probably a few seconds ahead of what people are seeing on YouTube. I should probably buy some of these small ones too, I guess. They were synced and running at exactly the same time at the start of the stream, so it's happening over time. Yeah, it's a gradual progression. On YouTube, I'm talking slower. Oh, upper suspension arms I did not fix. Usper. There we go. There we go. Got 2 of these. And I didn't buy them. Because why would I want to do that? I have seen the Lamborghini mod, but I haven't picked it up yet. So the funny thing with the Lamborghini is I haven't checked to see whether it's even something you could find in like the junkyard or a barn or anything. So do you even get to fix it, or is it just something you buy from the car salon or the auction house and it's pretty much already top of the line? Because I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of a mechanic game if you're not buying things to actually fix. Just buy bulk of well, I'd like to, but they take up a lot of space in your inventory. And then when you're trying to sell stuff, then you've got like all those bushings in the way. Double wishbone shock absorber. We'll need that. Let's see. Double wishbone shock absorber. 2 of these. We need 2 of the caps. And then 2 front springs. Playing St. Death tonight and my Chapman wouldn't start, and I was tired of running back and forth. Somebody said screw it and send it to the parking garage. Yeah, every now and then when I've been working on a car, it's funny. Like you run into something that, for whatever reason, you just can't seem to find it. In those instances, it's usually better just to leave it, come back to it later, because you'll find it later. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do start assembling these things while I'm working on the other side of the car, so I can do. Oops. No, come on. There we go. I can do its work while I'm started over here, and then when I go to the back end, I'll do the second shock. Get our tie rods in. Imagine dig through all those and find that one undamaged one. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. You can kind of sort through, like, I guess you could make a lot of trips to the junkyard just looking for parts that you might need over time and build up your own little stable of parts, but then you have to walk all the way over to there all the time, and that's like 10 steps, and that's like not, that just doesn't cater to my laziness. So even if I had like a whole shop supplied with parts and stuff, I don't think I'd want it. It'd make me constantly leave the car to go walk over there. I totally forgot what I was doing. Knuckle cover. Knuckle cover. Front axle knuckle cover. That's what we want. Start to deal with the grab and get back from school. Bearing. Get another disc gun here. Man, this is gonna be done in no time. Just soaring. Caramel M&Ms. Oh, I'm so jealous. I don't think we have those in Canada. We have like the peanut butter M&Ms and the crunchy M&Ms, like the, well, obviously the peanuts and the regular ones. But I have not seen caramel. That's pretty cool. I have to look for those the next time I'm in the States. He just collects or sell them. So far, as I've been building these things up, I've just been collecting them. I sold one of the Mustangs because I had two of them. But for the most part, I've just been building them, driving them around on the track, and then sticking them in the garage. So I kind of have a collection of them in there now. Not a huge collection or anything, but there's a few in there now. All right, we got our shocks all set. Okay, the front end is finished aside from the wheels. But we'll have to deal with those afterwards. Front exhaust pipe. I'm going to need two of those. There we go. But the caramel M&Ms, I know they sell them here. Oh, they do. Okay. I guess I just haven't seen them in Ontario then. Unless they're brand new and I just haven't noticed. But I grabbed the wrong one. Of course I did. Why would I want to not waste money? It's these ones I need. They only look exactly the same. Wonder when the Steam Workshop for this game will appear. I don't know, but it would be really nice when they have it because it would be great if you could get the cars into the the modded cars and things into the game easier. Not that it's all that hard, but it would just be more convenient if you could just access the Steam Workshop directly. It's hard to say, but I feel like I see too many questions. No, hardly. I mean, so the nice thing about this game, as I've mentioned before, is that I can actually interact with people a little bit while I'm playing it, because I'm not having to really focus on anything. Tesla Effect. What game is that? So it's nice to be able to kind of chat. If people have questions, I can answer them. We can just chat about random stuff. Whereas there's a lot of other games, like if I'm playing Oxygen Not Included, I'm kind of paying attention to what I'm building and making sure duplicates aren't dying, even though I managed to go 5 of them all at once in the last stream. That was awesome. Oh, and an extra clutch plate. Just wasting the monies. And then the bearing. Oh, wait a minute. Did we fix the gearbox? Oh, we did. Nice. I have to buy a starter, though, because this one didn't come with one. Can't learn about stuff without asking. There is that also. Yeah, we need a starter. Starter. Sweet. Okay, so we have the engine all together. The whole front end's done, aside from the wheels. I can't put the obviously can't put the drive shaft on yet because there's no back end of the car. I'll grab the middle mufflers over here. Sorry, I said this before, but the first car I drove was an Oldsmobile. Yeah, my first car was an Oldsmobile also. Wasn't this? Wasn't an older model one though. I had like an '85 or something, like old Cutlass Sierra Brom. Bought it in an auction for like $200 and fixed it up a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Put new tires on it. Put like 60,000 kilometers on it the first year and just drove it into the ground. But for $300, it was pretty good. What rear muffler was that? V8 over, I think it was this one. Yeah, Caitlin does a fantastic job of modding the channel. So she stays on top of all the comments, tries to keep everything cleaned up. So thank you as always for a wonderful job, Caitlin. 1970 Chevelle Malibu. Oh, that'd be interesting. Certainly beat my old 85 olds. Mind you, it got me back and forth to school okay, so I'm not going to complain too loudly. It wasn't exactly the kind of car that you drive around picking up chicks in or anything. But it got me where I needed to go. Fox, back to the live chat. How's things, mate? Good, Travis. Thanks for asking. Hope things are good with you. Ooh, I need both leaf strings. Bushings. More bushings. Always with the bushings. Alright, so we need... Did I fix these? No, I got 102. I guess that's not too bad. Wheel hub 4. Those are both good. Solid drive axle. Those are good. Nice. I love it. I don't have to buy the parts. Again, it's all that whole catering to my laziness thing. Brake shoes we did not fix. Got yours from your grandmother after you kicked the butt. Oh, ouch. When are you going to take it to a test drive? Well, it's a little hard to test drive it without any wheels on it. So probably after we have like a running engine and wheels and seats to sit on inside instead of milk crates, steering wheel to steer with. We kind of got a lot to put together. But I will take it out for a spin. And thanks very much for the super chat. Go to Shoppers to get the M&Ms. Not great though. Oh, they're not great? Oh. Do they have them at Shoppers? All right. I'll have to go check for that. I forgot what I was buying. I got distracted by the M&Ms. M&Ms. Oh. Bushings, bushings, bushings. I go through so many bushings. There's got to be like 15 or 20 of them per car. It's crazy. Okay, that side is almost done. We just need... Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, we should probably put the leaf spring plate on. And the little U-bolts. Not me bolts, the U-bolts. Fantastic. Yeah, it's actually, I don't even know how long I've been streaming for, to be honest. Like I said, my brain's just a mush pile. So 45 minutes in, so it'll probably be, well, it takes a little over an hour to get the car all pulled apart and put back together so we can get it out on the track. Rear shock absorber B, I need 2 of those because they never get fixed. Uno, dos. These car bars look amazing to me. They actually have a pretty decent level of detail in this game. They left out, obviously, like some of the nitty-gritty. Like, there's no hoses or lines to worry about. There's no wiring aside from the ignition cables to worry about, or the ignition wires. Go back to the Leaf. But otherwise, there seems to be a fairly decent level of detail in the game. Although I think to a degree they've also made like standardized parts in here that you wouldn't necessarily get in a real car. So like a universal, like when you get the ignition distributor, they're always the same, and I don't think it really works that way in real life. Bushing, bushing, bushings. Same thing with the universal gas tank. They all have the exact same gas tank. Say we smuggle across the border of Cryptic had a P.O. box and send them. Yeah, I really, one of these days I should get a P.O. box. I have a long list of things I should do. There we go. Then I'll get our fuel situation taken care of. But it sounds like we can actually get the M&Ms at Shoppers Drug Mart here, so I'll have to go take a peek for them. Rear axle knuckle housing. Enjoying the Car Simulator live streams. I'm glad you enjoy them. These are definitely not something that appeal to everybody. I will confess to that. I mean, it really depends on whether you're looking for something that's like high action, or you're really all about the interaction, or if you just like cars. I think this is the kind of thing that might appeal to you. But you can definitely tell the difference between when I'm streaming Oxygen Not Included on a Tuesday night versus Car Mechanic Simulator on a Wednesday night. So I think, well, right now we have Yeah, we've got like 46 people watching the stream right now versus 275 or whatever we get when we're doing Oxygen Unincluded. So, but it is a chill game. I actually have really enjoyed this game. Video Bolt Cape. You should make it sky blue with brown leather and retro rims. The Bolt Cape, is that the one that's the El Camino? Love your Ark and Carson vids and streams. Oh, thanks, Mr. Toxic Scientist. You're not too toxic. Also, Southern Ontario, so hey. Hey, I need a destination for when I do my end-of-year bike ride. Yeah. In that case, you want to go to London, Ontario, and then you'll be only like an hour or two away from me. Actually, it's got to be more than an hour or two. Okay, so we have all of our suspension back together. I think I'm actually just back to tires and rims. All the exhaust is in. Let's go get these tires apart. See if we can fix the rims. And then if so, we just have to pick up some rubber. I do like talking with all of you, but I don't think I would call you idiots. Isn't the Bolt Cape the clone of the 70s, 80s Caprice? Honestly, I'm not sure. I have trouble keeping all the names sorted out. Oh yeah, London's long distance away from where I am, actually. I was sitting on a wild goose chase. It's quite a drive. Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I think you post your live streams always at night, but most people usually have school, and I need to go. Yeah, sorry, Top Hat Gaming. I only get the chance to stream and record and stuff after I've handled my normal daily job and family life and all that kind of thing. So it's always late for me. Which works out for some people who are maybe in, like, Australia, for example. But North America, UK, that sort of thing, I know it's a bit more challenging. Cape is the Impala. Oh, the Atlanta's the El Camino. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, London's a bit of a distance from Toronto. It's not near me. Alright, well, we had two of them that we fixed up. Where did I put my pen now? My brain no worky. I need penny. And I don't know where it is. Well, that's weird. Somehow my pen got inside my computer case and I can't get it out. You know you have kids when. Do you know enough French to feel more comfortable in France? I know enough French to get by. I'm not 100% bilingual, but I could probably get by in France as long as they aren't speaking too quickly. Which I guess is not as bad as like in Canada. The Quebec French tends to be really, really fast. 14-inch rims on this thing? Really? Alright, whatever. 14 inches, and then the tires were vintage tire. 215 65 R14s. 255 65 R14s. Alright. Maybe a moderator sometime. Sorry, I'm not actually... the people that I have as moderators now are people that have been following the channel since I first started streaming, like 6 or 8 months ago. So I don't really pick people at random so much anymore, although that was how I selected them initially. For the most part, it's now people that I've gotten to know in some way through chatting through the Discord and that sort of thing. So I'm not really going to be just like selecting random moderators anymore. I need to go to the store, not to my inventory. Where's my rims? There we go. Alright, so we want the Rim Atlantas. Or I could just type it. Atlanta. There we go. 2 of these. Downgrade these. Yeah, 16-inch rims. Good grief. Or 14-inch rims, rather. Now we need some rubber. Let the rubber hit the road. These were vintages. So we'll grab these for them. 14s, 215s, 65s. Oops. No, 14s, not 15s. There we go. Oh, come on. It reset everything on me. That's what I need. Man, those are cheap tires, too. Did drive to Des Moines from Toronto. Oh, yeah. Is that a long drive to Des Moines? Oh, yeah, there is a lot of slang in Quebec French, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's relative to Parisian French anyway, which is funny because we're in Canada and they... Oops. I must have picked the wrong rim. We're in Canada, but they actually teach us Parisian French, which doesn't make a ton of sense because then we go to Quebec and we can't speak with people. I spent so when I was a teenager, I was in Air Cadets from ages like 13 through 19, and I did a 6-week wilderness survival instructor course in northern Quebec in the woods at this little military camp up there called Bagotville. And when we got there, they had separate tents for the people that spoke English and those that spoke French. But the English tents were entirely full when I got there, and I ended up getting placed in a French tent. And I thought because I was doing French immersion at the time, I'd been in it for like 3 or 4 years, that I would be okay communicating. But man, I had no idea what was going on. It was awful. Bagotville isn't that little, at least the base isn't. I don't know, it seemed pretty little to me, but mind you, that would have been... I mean, it might have grown since. That was like 25 years ago. But there's 2 different bases, I think, for Bagotville. There's the Bagotville that's the air base, and then there's a separate one that's in the woods. And it's basically like... It's an encampment on a sand dune. It was pretty bad. At the side of this little man-made lake. So that's where we were, because we were doing the whole wilderness thing. But Baggins. Hi, Bright Star Plays. Welcome to the stream. Gotta go. So happy you caught on stream. Well, thanks for coming out to see the stream for a little while. Anyway, I know this the timing isn't always going to be perfect for everybody. Hopefully one of these days I'll manage to get onto a cycle where I can stream during the day. How many tires did I set up in here? Oh, there's a rim retro there. Okay, that's what the deal is. I should get that thing out of my inventory. I keep accidentally picking it. Bagotville's the biggest army base in Quebec, and yeah, I think it's they're more into aircrafts than what you said. Yeah, okay, so that's what I mean. There's two Camp Bagotville's. There is the Bagotville Air Base, which is different. The one that we were, I guess it was like Camp Bagotville or whatever, but it's in the woods. Like we were in the woods in northern Quebec. It was not the air base itself. I've spent a lot of streams. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, not everyone can make it to every stream. I mean, they'll pop in and out, but it's nice when people can be here. There's a few regulars in particular that I see here all the time. Like Jack pops in every now and then. Caitlin's here constantly. Ray's here all the time. Dragon's here a lot. There's a nice bunch of regulars that are in all the time, so it's nice to be able to see like the same names and faces and get to know a little bit about people. But Quebecois and Parisian French are like Australian versus Scottish. I don't know either of those, so that could be a challenge for me. Okay, we've got all our tires set up. Let's get these on the car. I really think I'm going to keep this color that's on this thing. I know I did the thumbnail in green, but I can probably redo the thumbnail. Because I'm kind of liking this like dark purpley kind of color. Not that I would buy a car myself this color. But for the game, I think it looks pretty cool. Hi, Midnight Mustang. Oh, I messed up my pattern. Caitlin's here constantly. Yeah, Caitlin lives here. She makes it to like every stream. I don't know how you manage it, Caitlin. Okay. All the wheels are on. The engine's in there. We got a fuel tank. All right, so we could actually, if I had seats, I could. You know what? I'm going to be able to drive this thing without seats. I don't think I can get in it though. All right, just for science, I want to see if I want to see if I can take this thing for a spin without any seats or steering wheels. Will it let me take it with like half the parts missing? Oh, I'm missing clip B. So it's going to let me go without doors and seats and steering wheel and everything, but because I'm missing the clip Bs on the distributor cap, it's going to be like, nope, you can't go. You're missing these tiny little metal clips, but, half your car's missing. That's fine. Makes no sense. Clip B. Grab 2 of these. Always with the clips. The number of times I missed the clips. Oh, and I didn't put oil in the car either. Let's do the oil while I'm thinking of it. I didn't try to drive without oil. Don't look at me like that. Pimp it out full purple with gold trim. I wish there was a livery that had like gold on it. The clips, right. Clips in here. Give to me the clips. I can't even see the one on the other side. The wires are in the way now. There we go. And then this one, it's kind of hidden back here. Okay, I'm going to see if I can drive this thing now with half the car missing and no seats. It's going to let me take it. You can't take the car without those clips in there, but you don't need a steering wheel or seats or doors, hood, fenders, taillights, trunk, any kind of glass. That's actually funny. All right, so the car looks pretty complete. That's a pretty sweet looking ride right there. I think everything will be fine here. Ignore the lack of a driver or any place for him to sit and steer. Woohoo, donuts! All right, let's get back to the shop and finish the car. I was just curious whether it would let me take it with like half of the stuff missing. And apparently, Clip B is an integral part of this car, but doors, seats, steering wheels, and the rest not so much. It is like Ghost Rider. It is a lightweight build. Yeah, see that? Makes for a sweet ride. All right, let's go put the body back on this thing, I guess. Bolt Hellcat. All right. Right. That's so weird. Yeah, it's maybe not super aerodynamic, but it is nice and light. All right, Bolt Hellcat. I'm just gonna buy a little bit of everything here. It's like a shopping spree. I wish I could do this in real life. There we go. Ta-da! Whoops. Man, if it was this fast to assemble the outside of a car, could you imagine how much money car mechanics would make? They could go through jobs like nothing. Crazy. Then when they overbill you, they'd make some serious cash. We'll have to decide on some license plates, too. So let's figure out what state we want the license plates to be from. Or country, I guess, for that matter, because there's international stuff here, too. I still haven't downloaded the pack that gives me the Canadian plates. I really should grab that. We have the window. We have bumper. Taillights. There we go. I think that's it. This is a pretty sharp-looking car, actually. I kind of like that. I wouldn't say an Oldsmobile these days looks sharp, but this one's pretty cool. Make it a Nevada car? All right, we'll do that. Nevada plates. Nevada Cadabra. All right, we have two of these. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Two plates, I'm gambling for the state of Nevada. These are actually kind of nice looking plates. The interior plates are kind of plain. They're like white with blue lettering. A little bit boring. What am I doing? All right. My brain no works. I think I just sent my car to the test path. Yep. Hey, look at that. That was a little weird. Totally meant to do that. That was on purpose. See, I just wanted to go for a walk. That's what it was. Made in China plate. Let's try that again, but in the normal way. There we go. Nevada. I'm gambling plates. Sweet. All right, we just need a paint job on this thing, and it's all finished. Send this off to the paint bay. Except the front car that looks, like doesn't look like a real old. It's got a 69 Olds 442. Yeah, I mean, but I had like an 85 Olds, which I guess all the cars in the 80s were really kind of junk, but it wasn't specific to the Oldsmobile. But still, let's go with the current color, metallic. I want to put some livery on this. There is one down here that I thought was cool. No, not the black. It's too dark. Let's go with the white. Pink car. Pink? Oh, I like the color that's on it. You don't like yours to discover? I mean, the phrase is fine, but the plate's really, it's just like white with some blue. Beige paint. Oh, there's nothing more sexy than a beige car. That would be sweet. Oh, right, I gotta do an interior still. I guess I should move this out to the... Set it up by the front door there. We can get the interior in this thing, so it has some seats. I think I actually have some seats in my inventory I can stick in here. We will need a bench seat for it, though, still. Like so. Oh, charger seats. I don't want charger seats in here. No. Don't forget the wood panels. Oh yeah, those are cool. Well, I mean, you can't really do anything else interior wise in here. Aside from like seats and steering wheels and stuff. Anyway, all right. So let's go to body spot. I guess it is. No, it's the interiors I want. Duh. Is there a bench for the Hellcat? There is. All right. Do we want brown leather? Do you think? Let's go with brown. Brown and blue seems to work, or purpley, bluish, midnight, whatever. Even your folks say you speak too fast. I've gotten, yeah, some people say I speak a little too fast too. Seat leather 1B, actually, there's no Hellcat seat, or it would have come up already, so I guess we can just put in, leather seat 4, maybe? Whatever. Have 2 of these. We need a steering wheel. I think I'm going to go something that has like a wood grain. Actually, is there... No, the Hellcat wood steering wheel would come up if there was that. Steering wheel Typhoon, no. I don't know. What steering wheel should we go with here? Wheel 18, maybe? Wheel 11. I go with wheel 11. I think that kind of matches the interior a little bit. Red ones go faster. That's right. Gotta paint it red because it goes faster. Nope, wrong seat. Yep. Couldn't be cooler than having 2-tone seats in your car. Let's just get this out of here. And put this one in. That's what I meant to do. Whoops. Right, she's finished. Bam! That's a pretty sharp looking car, actually. Those seats are too high. They go like right up to the roof in there. That's crazy. Yeah, well, whatever. It's good enough for now, I think. Pretty sharp looking car overall, actually. I like that. All the classic cars just look so much nicer than so much that came out after them. Let's get this in. We'll give her a little turn of the key and start it up. The standard rumble. I wish we could play with the radio in here. Like gear shift or something. Turn on the vents. Something. Give me something to play with inside here. Adjust the mirror. Cops love red cars, yeah. Yeah, they stand out. People who buy them tend to drive a little faster. Alright, let's take this out for a test drive. We'll go to the racetrack, I guess. See if we can fly this thing off the track, too. Yeah, time for the dreaded test track. Sorry, Caitlin. Careful around sharp objects. Don't want to hurt yourself. Nice. This is a really sharp-looking car. Yeah, it is a lot of stripes on the livery there, isn't it? I'm gambling. That's sharp. I find the lighting is just a little bit strange when you're outside with the car. It's got a weird quality to it. I don't know if it's just like my graphics card or something else, but... Oh! These tires are slippery. Oh, slippery cars. So helpful accelerate to start, yeah. Whoa! That was crazy. All I did was tap the spacebar a little bit there, and then just went totally sideways. Oh, no, too much. So to submit your nominations for Canada's Worst Driver, go to www.canadasworstdriver.com or something. Maybe. Somebody could cut that a little close, but not so much. Stripes on the tire would fit well. Yeah. White walls look a little weird. Hold on, I'm gonna tweak the sound just a little bit on here because the engine's super loud on this thing. Turn it down a little bit so I don't deafen you guys. There we go. That's better. Oh no! I meant to do that. Drifting Simulator 2018. All this car does is slide, even when I'm on the straightaway. But it's the same thing I've called out before. Like, there's no such thing as there's no such thing as like slow acceleration in this game. You're either, I don't remember that wall being missing before. Weird. You're pretty much always either on the acceleration or off. There's no half steps. Come on. It's too greasy. Stop sliding. There we go. Oh, nope. Straighten it out. Come on. Down the straightaway. Woohoo! Boom! It's even slipperier when you're out here. Ah, so hard to control. Anyway, there's our car. It turned out pretty sharp. Super slippery, though. I don't think I can get this thing to jump out. I've still only successfully gotten one car to jump out of the track, and that one was completely by accident. Alright, we almost parked it. Oh, that's weird. Can I get over there? I don't know. I can't figure out how to get it out of here. But apparently there is a trick to the way that you can hit like the angle and stuff and try to get it to fly out of the track. But overall, I think the car turned out pretty sharp. I like that. I'd drive that if I had one. I don't. Instead, I have like a 2015 Elantra or whatever. So nothing fancy, but these are pretty sharp looking. Ugh. I would hope though that if I ever drove one, I wouldn't drive it like this. That would just be so bad. I'd spend so much time in the shop trying to get the body fixed all the time. Oh, the grass threw me off. I feel like I'm getting slightly better at handling these things, just not perfect yet. Oh, definitely not that one. All right, I'm going to head this thing back to the garage. I know I normally stream for about 2 hours, but I think I'm going to call it a wrap tonight. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter stream. It's been a really long day for me. But when we come back next time with Car Mechanic Simulator, I'm going to try and bring in another mod. So I'm going to maybe kind of flip through the discussion forum on Steam and see if we can find something that would be a nice mod to work on. I would love to be able to find the Ferrari that I added in. I just cannot find it anywhere. And I'm wondering if maybe it's because I have... the Porsche mod still installed, and I don't know if they cause problems with each other. I should maybe try selling the Porsche and uninstalling that mod, and then maybe grabbing a different one. But I know it's unusual for me to stream for such a short amount of time. But I'm pretty wiped. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep going tonight. But I do thank everyone for coming out to the stream. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, then maybe click on that subscribe button. You can follow along. If you enjoy chatting, we do have a Discord server set up. The link for it should be in the description of the video, both on Twitch and on YouTube. But thanks, everyone, for coming out, and I hope you enjoyed. Hope I see all of you again next time. I'm, as always, Cryptic Fox, and I'll see all of you next time.